Carl Jung. Carl Gustav Jung, German, July 26, 1875, June 6, 1961, was a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, who founded analytical psychology. Jung's work has been influential in the fields of psychiatry, anthropology, archaeology, literature, philosophy, psychology, and religious studies. I have chosen for you The Best Quotes by Carl Jung. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of other people. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. In all chaos, there is a cosmos. In all disorder, a secret order. A particularly beautiful woman is a source of terror. As a rule, a beautiful woman is a terrible disappointment. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of a mere being. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. The healthy man does not torture others. Generally, it is the tortured who turn into torturers. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, there love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. When an inner situation is not made conscious, it appears outside as fate. It all depends on how we look at things, and not how they are in themselves. Every form of addiction is bad, no matter whether the narcotic be alcohol, or morphine, or idealism. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for a living that suits all cases. Knowledge rests not upon truth alone, but upon error also. The creation of something new is not accomplished by the intellect, but by the play instinct acting from inner necessity. The creative mind plays with the objects it loves. A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. There is no such thing as a pure introvert or extrovert. Such a person would be in the lunatic asylum. The pendulum of the mind alternates between sense and nonsense, not between right and wrong. Through pride, we are ever deceiving ourselves, but deep down below the surface of the average conscience, a still, small voice says to us, something is out of tune. If there is anything that we wish to change in the child, we should first examine it and see whether it is not something that could better be changed in ourselves. If one does not understand a person, one tends to regard him as a fool. The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it. Often the hands will solve a mystery that the intellect has struggled with in vain. For a young person, it is almost a sin, or at least a danger, to be too preoccupied with himself, but for the aging person, it is a duty and a necessity to devote serious attention to himself. The collective unconscious consists of the sum of the instincts and their correlates, the archetypes. Just as everybody possesses instincts, so he also possesses a stock of archetypal images. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. Dreams are the guiding words of the soul. Why should I henceforth not love my dreams, and not make their riddling images into objects of my daily consideration? We deem those happy who from the experience of life have learned to bear its ills without being overcome by them, who has fully realized that history is not contained in thick books, but lives in our very blood. Man's task is to become conscious of the contents that press upward from the unconscious. Great talents are the most lovely, and often the most dangerous fruits on the tree of humanity. They hang upon the most slender twigs that are easily snapped off. Mistakes are, after all, the foundations of truth, and if a man does not know what a thing is, it is at least an increase in knowledge, if he knows what it is not. Our heart glows, and secret unrest gnaws at the root of our being. Dealing with the unconscious has become a question of life for us. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all new